Give me joy in my heart, I pray. Give me joy in my heart, keep me praising till the end of days. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. The Lord be with you. Dear brothers and sisters, since the beginning of Lent until now, we have prepared our hearts by penance and charitable works. Now we gather together to herald with the whole Church the beginning of the celebration of our Lord's Paschal mystery, that is to say, his passion and resurrection. For it was to accomplish this mystery that he entered his own city of Jerusalem. Therefore, with all faith and devotion, let us remember the Lord's entry into the city for our salvation, following in his footsteps, so that, being made by his grace partakers of the cross, we may have a share also in his resurrection and in his life. Let us pray. Almighty ever-living God, sanctify these palm branches with your blessing, so that we, who follow Christ the King in exaltation, may reach the eternal Jerusalem through him who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. When they were near Jerusalem and had come in sight of Bethphage on the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent 2 disciples, saying to them, "Go to the village facing you, and you will immediately find a tethered donkey and a colt with her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, you are to say, 'The Master needs them,' and will send them back directly." This took place to fulfill the prophecy, "Say to the daughter of Zion, look, your king comes to you. He is humble, he rides on a donkey, and on a colt, the foal of a beast of burden." So the disciples went out and did as Jesus had told them. They brought the donkey and the colt, and they laid their cloaks on their backs, and he sat on them. Great crowds of people spread their cloaks on the road, while others were cutting branches from the trees and spreading them in his path. The crowds who went in front of him and those who followed were all shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessings on him who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest heavens!" And when he entered Jerusalem, the whole city was in turmoil. "Who is this?" people asked, and the crowds answered, "This is the prophet Jesus from Nazareth in Galilee." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. This year, of course, what we're doing here is very different, as we bless our palms in this silence, and we're not going to be able to collect them until who knows when. It might seem a bit strange to be doing all these things at home or far away from church, and yet, in a sense, this is just an extension of what we already do. All of these ceremonies of this Holy Week, starting with this blessing of palm branches, these are an attempt for us somehow to be close to those moments of Jesus' Holy Week. These ceremonies originated in Jerusalem itself. Pilgrims and the Christians who lived there, on the day that something happened, they would go to that place. They would do what they could to recreate it. And so from the earliest centuries, almost as soon as they were able to, Christians would go up to the Mount of Olives on this Palm Sunday, and they would do exactly what we've heard in the Gospel. They would take the branches off the trees, the olive branches, the palm branches, and they would lay these down on the floor before the Bishop of Jerusalem as he walked down into the city. Now, pilgrims who visited Jerusalem and saw this happening thought, oh, what a wonderful idea. And when they got home to their own places, whether that was in Greece or Italy or North Africa or even far from places like England, they would bring back the story of those ceremonies that had, as it were, tried to recreate those special moments. And so people in those countries would do the same themselves. Though they could not be in Jerusalem, they would sort of, as it were, try to be in Jerusalem in their minds and hearts by taking what branches they could. Perhaps not palm branches, perhaps branches from the trees and the hedgerows, and using them to remember what Jesus did. And it's true, as we go through this Holy Week, so many of those ceremonies with their unique moments and rituals, they come from Jerusalem, from a congregation that was able to remember what Jesus did in the place where it happened. But then pilgrims and others brought back to their own homes, to their own countries, to their own towns, a celebration which was still all about trying to be there. If we cannot be there physically, we be there spiritually. And that, of course, is where we come to the point of what we're doing today. Again, we're another layer removed. Our church celebrations are removed from Jerusalem in space and in time. And yet, when we come here, we still are able to walk with Jesus in this week. This year, we're one more step removed. We're in our own homes. We can't even come to church. And yet, still, in heart and in mind, we can be with Jesus. We can follow Jesus in all that he does this week. That, in many ways, is the key phrase. Follow Jesus. This Sunday, we follow him into Jerusalem as he receives the acclaim of the crowds. That acclaim doesn't last for long. It's not gone before they are baying for his blood. And in the Mass of Palm Sunday, we will hear that story of how the crowd turned against him when he didn't prove to be the Messiah, the King that they wanted him to be. And yet, Jesus was true to his Father's wish to the very end. And that's what we must follow, the Jesus who is true to the will of God. Each of us, in this Holy Week, starting today, starting with our branches, whether it's palms or whether it's things that we have got ourselves from our gardens, we want to follow the real Jesus. We want to acclaim him as King, not just when things are going well, but when things are going badly. We want to acclaim him as the one who comes in the name of the Lord in every situation of our lives. Let us therefore follow Jesus in mind, in heart, in all that we are, on this day and every moment of our lives. Dear brothers and sisters, like the crowds who acclaimed Jesus in Jerusalem, let us go forth in peace. Thanks be